Hey team, Fit with Faith, Kim here. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach and the founder of this team. I am so excited to have you here and starting off Coach Basics training. You're probably feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit nervous or scared, and it's all completely normal. I know I certainly was when I was a new coach. I had no idea where to start, and I'm a very organized person, so that was difficult for me. So for those of you who are kind of my organizers and planners, I will give you some things in this video that are going to help you feel a little bit better. Those of you that aren't, then you're fine, right? I basically just want to tell you a little bit about how Coach Basics training is going to work in this day one video. So basically, besides welcoming you to this team, I'm so excited that you're here. I am fully convinced, I feel very convicted that anyone who decides to take this step in their journey is going to leave better. It doesn't matter if you end up becoming a diamond coach or a superstar diamond coach or just an emerald, a regular coach, or you know that you really don't end up doing much with it. It ends up not being for you. I still firmly believe that this decision is going to make your life better. And so I'm really, really glad that you're here. I know that when I walked in, probably like you, I didn't know kind of what was ahead of me and how the company was going to turn out. And honestly, in my first 30 days, I had no idea if I was going to stick with it or not. I kind of took a leap of faith, and maybe that's where you are too. So again, congratulations on that. But basically, you don't really know until you try, right? So, I want you to first and foremost make up your mind to be all in to this Coach Basics training. I can tell you right now, I've been through several of them at this point in my business, and I know that several of you will introduce yourselves and start day one and then stop watching the videos and not show up. And that's what I've seen in the past. And I really don't want that because no matter what, you really never know until you give your all to something, right? So we might be like, well, like where I was really hesitant, not sure if the business was really going to work for me and if it was going to be the thing I stuck with. But I was kinda like, "Well, I'm not really gonna know until I try." And I kept hearing everybody say, "You wanna commit to be here in a year." If you go all in with anything in your life, if you move somewhere, if you're starting a business, whatever, give it a full year. If you give it anything less than that, you're really not giving it a chance to work. So you signed up because you're looking to make a change in your life, right? Like you need this business opportunity financially, for whatever your why is. It's a big why, and this is a solution. It's an amazing solution. I believe, like, I can't even believe the potential for income and life change and everything that's right here at your fingertips. I've done some other multi-level marketing things, and I can tell you that I've never seen a business plan like this. It's insane that the company just kind of throws away money to us, and I can't believe the multiple ways you can earn income. And we'll talk about that later. I'm sure you heard it a little bit in the coach sneak peek, but it's super exciting. And honestly, it doesn't take that long. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not that. So don't misunderstand. But it is something that you build, but you get to earn while you learn, which is incredible. And I know I did that. I was coming in day one. I wasn't a challenger. I had no experience. So if you're like me and you've not even been in a challenge group before, or you're not any of these things, don't worry. Don't let that overwhelm you. You can still make money. I didn't make a lot my first 2 months, to be completely honest. But I didn't quite hit those goals, but I did by month 3, and then I kinda started doubling or even more than that every single month from there. So just stay consistent. Make up your mind to do that right here and right now. We're gonna give you all the tools you need to be successful in the next 30 days, but you're the one that has to take them and implement them. You're the one that has to push play on these videos and watch them and take notes and do something with them. So decide to go all in because otherwise you're never gonna know. If you just dip your toes into this training and check in here and there and hear what we say, but don't really try to implement it, then it's not gonna work. You're not gonna make any money. So if you want to be here and you want to make money, do what I say in these videos and what Ariel and whatever coach is leading the call tells you to do, and you will be successful and you will be completely set up for success. So decide, commit to be all in. Then this is how it's going to work. There's going to be a short 10 to 15-minute video every day. Sometimes the video is only going to be about 5 minutes. It just depends on the day and the topic. And so I want you to find a time that you set aside now for you to watch these videos. So if you just say, "Oh, I've got a video to watch every day," okay. If you're somebody that has a full-time job or you're somebody that has a part-time job and you've got kids and you've got a husband and responsibilities, these things don't just happen, right? We don't just stumble on this time. We kind of have to be intentional about it. So make sure, especially if you're like me, when you're coming in day one as a challenge, to start as a challenger and in Coach Basics training, know that I did it and I've been really successful with it, so it can absolutely be done. But I know that day one it can be like, oh my goodness, I've got to be checking into a challenge group and checking into Coach Basics training, and I've got to watch this video and I've got to do my workout and drink my shake and do my personal development, and it can kind of feel like a lot. Don't worry, we're gonna make this really just really talk to you about some time management skills and ways that you can work these things in and get the most important things done. And you're going to be amazed where you are in 30 days. You're just going to be a better person and it's going to help you with time management and things like that all across the board in your life. So Um, Basically, what's going to help you is if you do what I did when I was a brand new coach. I went out and I got what my coaches recommended to me. It's a passion planner. You can find this on Amazon. I think I paid like maybe $19.99 for it, and it kind of takes every day. So you can see I have this week kind of set up. It goes Monday through Sunday, and you get spaces to write at the time what you're going to do. So what I would recommend is that you get one of these. You can even just get one of those big ones that goes on your desk. That's the big one for 30 days, and write down on your calendar, when you think you're going to do your workout for that week and when you're going to check into Coach Basics training. So if you're a stay-at-home mom like me, I know that I did my Coach Basics training when my son napped. Every once in a while, if he slept in and I was up early and I already had my devotional time out of the way, then maybe I would start the video then. But I kind of have a plan. And that way, it's nice that if something, we all know sometimes we make our plans and they go astray, you can have a backup plan. So I shot for nap time. And if it didn't happen, then I knew I could do it when my son went to bed. But I was committed to watching that video every day. And things happen. The beauty of this is flexible. So just like in your challenge groups, you're going to find that if you miss a workout, it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I have to give up. I'm never going to be able to stick with anything. Not at all. That just means the next day you can double up, or later in the week you can get your double in and catch up, right? It's flexible. We want this to be like a lifestyle change, nothing too rigid. Otherwise you're going to stop. It's the same thing with Coach Basics training. So if you don't get to watch a video, tomorrow or the next day, that's okay. Maybe watch two the following day or catch up on the weekend when we're off on Saturday or Sunday. If you don't observe a day of rest, feel free to do it then. And then you'll be all caught up for Monday. But do your best to stick with it so you have the material each day to build. We're going to kind of compound one day on the next, watch the videos in order, and be intentional about finding that time. Because if you don't make a plan to watch these videos and check in with this group every day, that means you're really, there's a great quote that I love. If you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. And I don't want you to fail at this because this opportunity is amazing. So just use these tools that we've given you, take notes on these videos and watch them. If you do your workout, you can be personal development. We talk about a little bit. I'll talk in a video later this week. But if it's 10 minutes of reading a book, if you're like, I don't have 10 minutes of time to sit down and read a book at the beginning of the day or the end of the day, you can get an audio podcast or something that's motivating or inspiring. You can listen to that when you're doing the dishes or when you're driving in the car. So there are ways you can work this into your schedule. And we'll talk about more ways again in the future to make that work. But for day one, get a calendar, jot down the times that you're going to do it, make a plan so that you can stay organized. You got to know you're going to check in with your challenge group because first and foremost, as coaches, we are challengers. We are working on ourselves first and foremost, and by doing that, we then can help others. So make sure that you keep that at the center of what you're doing. So that's what the personal development is all about: is that we work on ourselves for 10 minutes a day. We uplift ourselves, put positive things and thoughts and energy in, so that we can put that, let that flow out of us to other people and into their lives. So it's super important. If you're one of my coaches, you've already probably got your personal development book from me, probably the Slight Edge, maybe the Compound Effect. So start reading like 10 minutes a day of that. And then what I want you to do is every day after you've watched this video, I want you to make an accountability post. It's super important. My coaches who have done this, just like I did this every day of my Coach Basics training, have been wildly successful compared to the coaches who haven't done it. So this is kind of my success tip for your Coach Basics training to get the most out of it, to develop habits in this Coach Basics training that will serve you so well when you leave. Check in with this group every day. Even if your check-in says, I got to nothing today, that's okay. I want you to stay accountable to yourself as a coach the same way we stay accountable to ourselves as challengers. So make sure that you check in with an accountability post where you share with us what shake, if you drank your shake that day, maybe share a recipe if it was good. If you did your workout, what workout you did. And then if you did personal development, what your biggest takeaway was. It can be one sentence, something brief, whatever really kind of touched you that might touch somebody else, and we'll kind of all grow and share together. And then that will be an awesome way for you to grow your business. And then we'll add to that some inviting later as we get into more of our vital behaviors. But for day one, that's a great way to start. And I cannot wait to see your check-ins and us to get rolling. Just know that any kind of, if you feel a little bit overwhelmed again, you're a little bit nervous, that's totally normal. Just know that these things that we're going to teach you in Coach Basics training one day at a time, they're going to kind of build on each other. Just follow along and do things in this way, because I know that I kind of tried to jump ahead and skip ahead, and you can kind of stress yourself out that way. Really, the basic things are just that you do your workout, that you drink your shake, you do your personal development, and you check in with us and your challenge group every day. If you do those things throughout this whole month, you are going to be successful. So try not to add on too much to your plate too fast. Let's just work on this and get this to be kind of more of a habitual thing you do every day. It's going to be great. So decide to be an all-in coach, commit to give this your all. That's the only way you're going to know if it's going to be for you or not, and the only way you're going to see the potential that this opportunity has. Get yourself organized, get an agenda or a planner, and then do that accountability post, and you are going to be successful. And I cannot wait to see you for day 2.